Okay, so we've just retargeted the animation blueprint over to Twin Blast. Now, before we set up the Twin Blast character, we're going to set up a few things. One, let's go into the Twin Blast skeletal mesh. So here in Paragon Twin Blast, we're going to go to Characters, Heroes, Twin Blast, Meshes, and we're going to open our Twin Blast mesh. Now, here in Twin Blast, we'll see that if we search for hand underscore R, here's our hand R bone on the skeleton. Now, just to remind you, Bellica had a socket added that we reference in our shooter character class, and that socket is called right hand socket. Let's go back to Bellica and just remind ourselves. Here's the Bellica mesh, and on the skeleton, search for right. And here under hand R, we see right hand socket. Let's add that to the right hand of Twin Blast. So here on hand R, we'll right click, add socket, and we'll rename this socket right hand socket with the exact same spelling and case as the socket on Bellica. Okay, go ahead and save that. Now the next change I want to make is we need to make the material on the guns the transparent material. Now drag out this section to give ourselves some room, and you'll see that element 2 has the M Twin Blast pistol material. Click the drop down and type transparent and select the transparent material that we created. Now those guns will disappear. Go ahead and click save again. Okay, so the mesh is all set and ready to go. Next, we need to create a character blueprint. Let's go back to our character folder. Up here where we have underscore game and character. And we have a shooter character BP. Right click on this and select duplicate. And let's call this Twin Blast Character BP. Now select Twin Blast Character BP. Now here in Twin Blast Character BP, we have Bellica as the mesh. We need to select this, and instead of Bellica, we want to select Twin Blast. So select Twin Blast here. Now scroll down, and now that we have Twin Blast, we need to use the animation blueprint that we retargeted. Let's go into the Twin Blast folder. Now if we scroll down, we'll see that that animation blueprint is called Shooter Anim BP. Let's go back into Twin Blast Character BP and select the Anim class, and we'll search for Shooter, and there's two of them. Now if we select the first one, we'll see that Twin Blast is now in a idle pose. If we click the drop down and type shooter and we select the second one, Twin Blast is in an A pose. So Twin Blast does not actually assume any pose. That's because this is the wrong shooter anim BP. So select the first shooter anim BP, and that way we have Twin Blast in the pose here. Now in the components tab, click on the very top where it says Twin Blast Character BP Self. And now we need to set all the properties here in the details panel. So for Hipfire Montage, we need to select the Hipfire Montage that's in the game/character/Twin Blast folder. So not the one in the character/animations folder. That's the one that uses the Bellica skeleton. So make sure to select the correct one. Keep scrolling down, and we're going to select the reload montage from the correct folder as well. Now if we go back into our character/Twin Blast folder and hover over the reload montage, we can see the path and the skeleton. We can see here that this third one on my screen shows the path to be _game/character/Twin Blast. I'm going to select that one. Same for the equip montage. I'm going to select the one that has the path game/character/Twin Blast. Okay, so we've selected all of the anim montages. All the other properties should be okay to leave as is, but if any problems arise from these values, we can go back in and change them. Go ahead and compile and click Save. Now we can go back and click Save All and Save Selected. Now it's time to try to play the game with Twin Blast Character BP. So go to the World Settings and make sure the drop-down for selected game mode is open. And for default pawn class, let's select Twin Blast, and we're going to select the one we created called Twin Blast Character BP. Select that, and let's go ahead and hit play. Now, we see that we are the Twin Blast character, and if we engage, we can actually move and walk around. Now, you'll notice a couple of things. One, the gun is rotated a little bit. We need to fix that. And another is that the inventory bar has all blank images for the brushes on each of the inventory slots. Let's fix these things. First, the gun being rotated. Let's go to the Twin Blast skeletal mesh, and in the skeleton tree, select right-hand socket, right-click, and let's add a preview asset. For the asset, I'm going to choose Bellica _ guns, and I'll add this gun. Now I'm going to rotate this socket. I'm going to select the widget to move it just a bit. I'm going to Control Z to undo that movement, and I'm going to make sure I have snapping on. I'm going to hit the E key and rotate this by 90 degrees. Now I'll hit the W key and move the gun so that it looks like Twin Blast is holding it correctly. So somewhere around there should do. Maybe up a little, make sure the finger goes where the trigger goes. That's going to do just fine. I'll go ahead and save this. Now if I go back and hit play, Twin Blast is holding the gun relatively correctly. Let's pick up the rifle, hit the 1 key to switch to it, and it looks like Twin Blast is holding the gun up a little too much, so that'll take some adjusting. And let's take a look at the pistol as well. And the pistol is being angled up a little much. So we can angle this socket down a bit. I'm going to come here into Twin Blast, hit E and rotate this down just a bit, and I'll go ahead and come back out and hit play. That looks a bit better. Now we need to take care of these icons and the fact that our crosshairs are not showing up. Now, in our HUDs, we're casting everything to Shooter Character BP. Let's go into Twin Blast Character BP, and in Class Settings, you can see the parent class here is Shooter Character. We need to set our parent to Shooter Character BP. So search for Shooter Character BP and select that. Now go ahead and click Save, and let's go ahead and hit play. And now we see that we get our HUD, we get our crosshairs, we can pick up some weapons, we can swap them, fire them, we can walk and run. We're getting our particle systems spawned for each of the different treading surfaces. And things are looking great. We can crouch, we can turn in place, aim, shoot, walk. All the mechanics are working, so we've successfully retargeted our animation blueprint and all those animation assets over to the Twin Blast character. This is an extremely powerful capability that Unreal Engine has that allows us to take all the work that we've done up to this point in this course and just port it over to a new character. You can literally do this with any of the humanoid characters in the Paragon assets, or really any other character that you can set up the humanoid rig to work with. Excellent job. This is a huge milestone. See you in the next video.